Patterson.
Thank you, Madam President. My question is to the Minister representing the Minister for Home Affairs, Senator Watt. The Australian reported last week that the Commonwealth Government data was stolen by Russian hackers who infiltrated the systems of law firm HWL Ebsworth. Will the government reveal what data has been stolen and when the government knew that Commonwealth data had been compromised?
Thank you, Senator Patterson. Minister Watt.
Thank you, President. Thank you, Senator Patterson. I think it won't surprise Senator Patterson that we're not going to be revealing the data that appears to have been hacked by Russian hackers. I'm actually a little surprised that Senator Patterson would expect that we would do such a thing. But certainly the Australian government is aware of a cyber incident impacting HWL Ebsworth. On the 1st of May 2023, HWL Ebsworth reported a cyber incident involving ransomware and claims of data exfiltration and publication to the dark web. On the 8th of May 2023, HWL Ebsworth provided initial notification to the Office of the Australian Information Commissioner under the Notifiable Data Breaches Scheme. On the 9th of June 2023, HWL Ebsworth became aware that a threat actor had claimed to have published at least 1.4 terabytes of exfiltrated data on the dark web. The government continues to actively engage HWL Ebsworth as it investigates the extent of the breach, including impacts on Commonwealth information. HWL Ebsworth has begun notifying impacted clients regarding their information identified as compromised as part of this breach. This process remains ongoing and will take time to complete due to the scale of the impacted data. The government is continuing to work with HWL Ebsworth to understand and manage potential consequences of the publication of the data. Of course, specific inquiries relating to this incident should be directed to HWL Ebsworth. I am aware that the firm is working with clients and the OAIC to meet relevant obligations under the Privacy Act 1988 and ensure that affected individuals are notified as soon as possible.
Thank you, Senator Watt. Senator Patterson, first supplementary.
Thank you, Madam President. How many Australian businesses and individuals have been impacted by this data breach, and have they been informed that their data has been compromised?
Thank you, Senator Patterson. Minister Watt.
Thank you, President. Well, again, Senator Patterson, I don't think you can seriously expect that we're going to be putting into the public domain the sort of information that you're seeking there as to the number of businesses that are affected. These are obviously very sensitive matters.
Minister Watt, please resume your seat. Senator Patterson.
On a point of order, Madam President, the government was able to share these sorts of numbers in relation to the Optus and Medibank attacks. That's not a point of order,
if it's not able to do so. Senator Patterson, that's not a point of order. It's a debating point. Minister Watt, please continue.
Thanks, President. Senator Patterson, I'd be interested to go back and see who actually provided what information in relation to those data breaches, because I certainly recall that in a number of instances it was the companies themselves who decided to put that kind of information in the public domain. The other part of your question was whether affected individuals or organisations have been notified, and in my previous answer I made the point that HWL Ebsworth has begun notifying impacted clients regarding their information identified as compromised as part of this breach. But this process does remain ongoing. It will take time to complete due to the scale of the impacted data, but the government takes this seriously and is continuing to work with HWL Ebsworth.
Thank you, Minister Watt. Senator Patterson, second supplementary.
Thank you, Madam President. On the 27th of February, the Minister for Home Affairs said that she expected to have the newly announced Cyber Security Coordinator in place, and I quote, within the next month, end quote. That was almost 4 months ago. When will the new Cyber Security Coordinator be appointed and announced?
Thank you, Senator Patterson. Minister Watt.
I'm happy to take your direction, President. I don't know whether that question actually does relate to the primary. Obviously, it still involves cyber security, but being the generous person that I am, I'm willing to answer the question from Senator Patterson.
Order.
The Prime Minister announced the establishment of a coordinator for cyber security and the National Office for Cyber Security on the 27th of February this year. This role will ensure a centrally coordinated approach to deliver government cyber security responsibilities and lead across the Australian Public Service the coordination and triaging of action in response to a major cyber incident. I know it's the Minister's intention to announce the new coordinator in the coming weeks, We have taken the time, or the minister has taken the time, to make sure that we get the very best possible appointment to that role. And I might point out that, of course, this is the first time that we've had an Australian Minister for Cybersecurity in the Cabinet, so I think this government's record is strong.
Thank you, Minister Watt. Senator Barbara Pocock.
The question is directed to Minister for Finance, Katie Gallagher.